hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. It's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. It's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. Driving me crazy just looking at it. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. It's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. You do this thing when I'm talking to you, like everything freezes and it's just us two. You do this thing when I'm talking to you, like everything freezes and it's just us two. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. It's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. Give it to me like world without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. Driving me crazy just looking at it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. It's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. Combing your hair with your hand.
Hello, welcome everybody's got Coral here with me doing the blender stuffs. Gonna be doing some landscapings, and yeah, got sidetracked bullshitting about the changes with coming up with YouTube. So it seems they might be, well, they most likely are going to be having some third-party AI bullshit for watching people's channels and stealing more content from people that actually work over a bunch of assholes that just type a few things into the computer. Either way, pull up Coral Strum here. Search. Ooh. Coral. She's probably doing her readings right now.
I'm not though.
Oh, oh, it's still
No,
on.
I'm just muted.
Ah,
Just the cat being annoying.
El Cato. Yeah.
Arigato. Mama.
Yum, 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 yum. Boop, 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 boop. Mhm, mhm. Mhm. Do-do-do-do-do. Alrighty. Do-do-do-do, do-do. Excuse-
So,
Hmm?
I found a website I think you'll like.
Does it have cheese?
It might.
All
It
right.
might have cheese.
Hey, JP.
I'm gonna be talking about it here right when I start my stream.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Hmm. Apex Legends. Yeah, Apex Legends is pretty loud. Now, just if they actually got footsteps down.
Hmm.
That's part of the streamer gig. JP, learning these things here or there. Chat.
Hi, Carl.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna text my dad on Discord a long time ago last night.
Long time ago last night.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds awesome.
it was a long time ago.
It's very much a long time
And I
ago.
woke up at 4 a.m.
Alright, I'll be back.
Alright, good luck. Alrighty. I hope everybody's been doing okays. I've been grinding the hell out of the Warframe, trying to get that all caught up on some of the things that I've missed out on over the last 3 years for primes because they have prime resurgence going on. Managed to get a few prime frames done. Varuna's done. So already have her outfitted with mods and stuff for whenever we streams on the Wednesday here. And got Baruch out. Prime those nuts. So there, huh? Aye. Grendel Prime. Got a few of the primes knocked out, so I'm happy about that. The one I'm having a big issue with right now is Limbo Prime. Dun, 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 dun. Fucking layout for Twitch is sort of annoying. I don't like having the stuff at the top, but I guess some change is better than no change. Hmm. You've been aye. Haven't gotten to catch you streaming of late, sadly.
Bah.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello,
Oh,
hello.
for some reason you were missing. There you are.
Done.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what was that one program? You had told me about a download for my my clicks and stuff. How does one go about that again?
Oh, the
Is that
Screencast.
preferences?
So edit preferences, and you probably have to go to extensions to get it.
Oh,
Screencast keys is what it's called.
there it is. Yeah, there we go. Okay, installed. Okay, now what do I do with it?
Then you go down to add-ons.
And then there.
No, I don't think I've ever mentioned it before, but usually you could go to the add-on thing and hit the drop-down menu.
I'm right there already.
And check like all the different options, like enable and startup, have how you want the text and everything set up. Some of them even have documentation with them that you can just follow a link that will be like a button like this where it shows the extensions for it and stuff, to tell you all the different like commands and ins and outs of the add-on. So,
I gotcha.
but once it's
what would be?
once it's installed, whenever you have your mouse in the viewport, hit N to get your side panel.
All right.
Watching your friend.
I'm sharing my screen for you.
Oh, it's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have your stream up, my stream up, and then Discord stream from behind all that. But down at the bottom, for me at least, is a screencast. But this will like show you where all the stuff will be showing up. It might take a little bit for it to actually like kick in. Of course, you also want to tick the little screencast box. But let's see here. There we go. Just took a little bit for it to show up.
Mine's in the other corner. How do I change the corner?
Offset. The offset part, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, go chat. I'm gonna help you out here. I'll put it over here for ya. There you go. Right there.
I haven't used it a whole lot because most of the time I see it just used for tutorials and stuff. I figured it'd be a good thing to sort of tell you about. You can basically make it any color you want for what it looks.
That'd be the worst person ever. Hey, check out my screen clicks. Oh, you can round it out and make it awful. I like that.
Yeah.
Font size? Oh, you bet.
make it a nightmare just to try to follow along.
Yeah. I want people to look at it and go, ew.
I want to learn, but I'm so busy hating this.
Yeah, so you understand. Oh, there's the margin.
Tiny Tooth House?
Tiny
was
Tooth
a-
House.
that
I'm
was
living
a
in Tiny
cave.
Tooth House. I will have you know I live in many a cave.
With tiny teeth.
Yeah, so you got it.
Up and down. Yeah, I've been okays. I keeping up with the
Oh
grind
no,
set.
look at the size of the fucking... Look at the size of it! Oh no, that's not right.
Sith Lord. Close enough.
That's not right at all.
Just had to change the H around. Put it before the
It's a little too
I.
much. Hold on. A-D. I have done many a thing to this. It's just a little awful. It looks in the corner.
Roses are blue,
violets are okay, I'm good. I'm ready. This is how I want it to be. I don't need it to be any different. This is perfect. Oh man. Poetry. Alright. Mr. Mags, what is our plan for the day?
I'm gonna learn a little bit about making a basic,
Oh yeah.
sort of like a landscape, I guess you could say is. I guess I'll get rid of my tools on the side there. Starting off on this.
Chad, I wanted to let you know of a website before I forget that I use for references and stuff. I feel like you guys could really use it. It's an awesome reference site.
Anatomicallyincorrect.com.
No. I'm gonna put it in my chat over here.
Oh, it should show up in both our chats anyway.
There you go. Yeah. I just think it's a really cool website I've been using lately to try to work on my art. I was telling Mag that I was going to share it at the beginning of the stream and then completely forgot to share it.
You remember about the screencast key stuff, at least?
I did. Imagine that, huh?
That's a pretty neat website,
I
though.
remember that. Oh yeah, it's super cool.
They've
I've
got my
got
Blender
Disney,
folder with tons of other bookmarks.
I've got like a bunch of Disney stuff on there, and they've got various different
Curly
artists and
Toes R Us.
stuff, and portfolios. Oh no! They've even got Ghibli stuff on there, like what was it, Magic of Animation, and I feel like you guys should check it out. Go check it out sometime. It's worth it.
I'm definitely gonna look through
Right.
to just see what all's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Look how one went.
Yeah. Alright, so I just brought in a plane. Shift A, mesh, plane. Pretty simple thing to start off with. This will be like our ground. So scale it on up some.
Okay.
Then we'll apply the scale. Control A.
Sorry.
Yeah, Control A, apply scale.
Okay. Scale.
Don't need to 100% do that all the time, but it helps with other things. Alright, so
Okay.
we're going to start off sort of shaping things, making like whatever sort of, what do you want it to, want a hilly landscape or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is a very easy way to make like...
Be able to use is it geometry nodes to determine the height of certain locations?
You can do a lot of shit with geometry nodes. You could
There's a lot
literally
we can
go
do.
into geometry nodes and hook stuff up so it pipes things in from Google Earth. And
Yes.
you literally recreate an entire map in using geometry
I just thought it
nodes.
was neat. Yeah. I just thought it was neat. I just wanted to ask about it.
But yeah, it's like basically everything you can do in the viewport here, you can do with geometry nodes plus sort of more. But that's knowing what all you're doing.
Yeah.
I haven't messed with geometry nodes enough to teach about it, I feel.
Nods.
But we're gonna add a modifier, the good old subdiv. We'll end up setting that. Hey, Scotty. Set it to simple instead of the
Yes.
cat mold clerk. And you can see how much of a subdiv you're getting if you go to wireframe mode up at the top there. Just click the little globe with,
Yep.
Then turn off optimal display on the modifier.
Oh.
So as you click up the number, you'll actually see how many cuts you're getting.
That's cool.
The highest you can go with the simple though is ×6, which we'll go with actually. So we'll Control A to apply that.
All right.
So with that done, we've got the basis for doing the stuff with setting this. Now you can do a few different ways. Usually you can turn on the proportional editing, which is a little target thing at the top there, and then just grab a vert, whichever one you want, and yeah, that's the one to the right. Yeah.
Oh.
The shortcut key for proportional editing is O, like Oscar.
Okay.
But then you just hit G and mouse wheel down to make the circle bigger. Just sort of pull it up. Start making like hills and stuff that way.
So just being weird about this.
No, you don't. Your proportional editing is not on. Go ahead and just hit O.
Oh, I thought it was on.
Oh.
Wait.
Then yeah, there you go. It's like if you go in with a plan to like do it all this way using verts and stuff. Another way that you can do it is you can just go into sculpt mode and just use like the the grab brush.
Yeah.
And just start moving stuff around, and you can get your hills and stuff like that. And you don't have to worry as much about the drop off in it, because whenever you're using proportional editing, I'll show you this after you screw around a bit with some stuffs. Well, I see you're still messing with proportional editing, so I could actually show you now.
Okay.
So at the top, where it's got that little sort of like a curve next to it, you can change the fall off to like a sphere, so whenever you pull it up, it will just be like a circle.
Right.
All these shapes is essentially what it's going to turn into whenever you're pulling it up. Random would be like what you got right now. And
just for, like beaches and stuff.
Yeah, you can do like beaches,
dunes,
mountains, anything like that. You can do this that way with either changing the stuff proportional editing like that, or else going into sculpt mode and using the grab brush and pulling things around. And if you
not the shag carpet,
that looks like put on a distortion. In the shading without applying distortion properly. There is distortion in the shading editor that will give the look of like broken slate or something along that line, without adding more topology. But you have to have the material set to show bump and distortion.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it'll just goof up or not work at all.
Right, I get it. I'll pick up the corners. You look a little fancier.
Yeah, you can always do dips and stuff too for like a river. Actually, I'd probably like doing that a bit more with
so just making a general
sculpting. Still getting used to where all the new sculpt brushes are.
There we go. Sure.
Now that all the
Happy blanket.
sculpting brushes are now considered an asset, you can actually make your own sculpt brushes and save them as specific ones. Like if you want one for like dots or scales or whatever, you can save it as its own brush and just go in there and you use in your brush settings, you can set it to anchor, where it will take the point where you click from and you like drag out whenever you're holding left mouse button to adjust the size, and then you can like move it around to rotate it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the professional like 3D modelers will do that with some of their stuff, where they'll make a specific brush for different things that they make often.
Oh, okay. I'll have to probably take some time to get used to little things like that. Thank you, Miss. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it so much. How you doing, friend? How was your stream? What'd you get up to? What'd you do? Thank you so much. Aw, thank you.
Waffles.
You shout him out on my channel too.
And a shout out on your channel?
No, I don't know why.
Now we're doing the shared chat thing.
We are. I think it's just like you don't technically count as a moderator when we're doing this, I guess. I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
What sucks are not that bad because you always just take the damn things off. Spicy air you can't do anything about.
Well. Like a little river.
Yeah, little river.
It's a pretty deep river.
Hey.
It hasn't worn down enough yet.
Yeah.
So it's just big.
Oh, that's that. We can go back over to object mode here.
Trying not to make it so deep. I don't want it that deep.
It doesn't matter too much. We're gonna teach you something else with the landscaping shit.
Yes. Okay. Where are we going?
So you take it out of sculpt mode, take it to object mode. Alright, so with this selected, we're gonna go to the data on the right hand side, little green triangle.
Right.
Add in a vert group, and we'll name this. Yep. Whatever. Name it whatever you want.
Whatever.
Alright, so the reason why we're making this vert group is I'm going to show you how to paint a landscape. So you know about how you could make the grass and everything from planes. We're just going to make an additional, do Shift A and bring in another plane. We'll just make like a small grass blade or something, just an example thing. Proportional editing still on, so you can hit O or
I'm just like, that's not right.
That's not how it's supposed to do it. So we'll just go into edit mode. I guess top down view and just sort of basic. I gotta turn my proportion editing. So, scale on the X. That's just how I'm doing it. You can do it on Y if you want. Put loop cut in the middle. Well, do whichever way you want. I'm just doing this very basic as an example. Cutting the grass.
I am. There. Grass.
That works. Alright, so tab to get back into regular object mode. We'll click our landscape that we had already started working on. Hey, Koo, thank you very much for the hydrate.
Oh, fun.
Boop.
Good luck with the sculpting. Thank you so much.
I had to give a cool shout out. You know, too much.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright. Alright, so with that selected, we'll go to the particle system. Add one.
Okay.
Switch that monkey over to her. Alright, so we got our very hairy landscape right now.
Yes.
So you'll scroll down and look for the render drop down. It'll be underneath aerodynamics. Switch that path over to object. Then use the dropper at the bottom, or else just select it from there. You select your grass.
There you go. Look at the tiny little grass blades.
Yeah, so they're all grass blade and stuff. So you might notice whenever you're looking underneath that your grass blades are sticking through the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason for that is the origin. So you'd have to go back to your bladed grass, go into edit mode, and move it so that origin goes to the base of where you want your grass at.
Oh.
That way it'll, because it's spawning all these from where the origin is up out of the geometry. So you could do this also with trees. So if you made a tree, you could use the same system to replicate that tree all over the map.
Oh, okay.
This also helps a little bit with performance as well. So you're not blowing up your computer rendering 20,000 trees. What are we making? We're just going over some basic things at Koo. Covering some landscaping stuffs today. And how that, like, what all you could do with it. Should be showing corals end on my stream as well.
Thank you so much for the raid, Beta. Welcome in. How you doing? What'd you do?
Welcome, Raiders.
What'd you get up to? Been a while. How's your day?
Alright, so it's doing a shout out on my side too, but it's messing up
the
the argument.
landscaping class with Coral and Matt.
Yeah. Essentially, that'd be what it'd be. An A-Rod. Alright, so we can go back out of edit mode now that we've fixed where the point is for our grass.
Yes.
You might notice, like, if you look near the edges, some of them might be coming off the edge. The way you can...
Nope.
No?
Not for me.
Well, part of... it might do this sometimes. It's doing that with mine.
Oh, okay.
We don't have the exact same sizes and everything. It's like we didn't follow along with that.
Yeah.
So, if you're ever having that problem, go down to children, and instead of jacking up the number, did he mess with the number up at the top for emission?
900 is what I would set to.
Alright, you can actually set that down to like 100. It'll look very sparse right now, but that's just
extremely sparse right now.
Then you go down to children, which will be a bit further down, and set to interpolate.
Oh, okay.
And then you can always up the amount there. And what you see in the viewport is not what's going to render. Underneath is where it says how much it's going to render. So if you set it to 10, you get an idea like, okay, there's going to be clumps here and there and stuff.
Yeah.
But whenever it renders, it's going to have 100 for each parent that's there. So we've already got 100 on the map from the normal emission number. And then we have 10 being displayed, well 10 per parent there, so we're up to 1,000. And then whenever we render it, it'll be another 100, it'll be 100 instead of 10. So it's just all that right there.
Okay.
But you can do this, like a lot of the stuff along the lines of the hair physics engine that they stuff that they put in. I think it was 3.7, 3.8. I can't remember. It's more up to 4.31 right now. So, but one thing you always do as well with the render, if you set it to in the object, if you set it to global rotation, like not global but object rotation, it'll be the same rotation as what your thing is. And if you wanted it to do like the Ghibli style tree stuff that we were going over last Monday,
Right.
you'd want to use that where it uses the rotation of your actual grass to try to like figure out which direction to look. And that's a whole other setup with camera rigs and all other crap.
Right.
But since that's not what we were setting up for right now, we'll take that back off so they're still just standing up.
I may have gone a little ahead.
No, that's fine. Another thing
Nice
is,
looking little patch here. It's okay, I can spread it out. There.
oh, you messing with the clumping and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually with the in your assets folder, it should already be stuff related to that in for any hair stuff that comes with Blender now, instead of people having to figure out the geometry nodes themselves.
Right.
But essentially, I guess you could say almost every modifier that's there would be almost like a geometry node that you're dealing with, because geometry nodes usually end up giving you all these different options that you set up yourself, where it's got sliders and floats and all this other stuff. But using a clump is okay. Another thing that you can always have fun with, since we made that pinned group earlier, you can go down further to, which one was it? Not field weights.
Vertex groups?
Yeah, vertex groups. There we go. Density. Set the density to or whatever.
Okay.
So right now, it's just all over the place. Still.
Yeah.
But if you go into weight paint mode, right there, it'll look like a little weight. You can actually paint where your stuff is. Then whenever you go back to object mode, it's right there.
That's cool.
So if you're using, it's not like you only have to have one particle system on an object at a time. This is where the landscaping stuff can come in. You have one set for doing your grass, and then you have another one for trees, and then like you'd have one for like clusters of rocks. And these things can also be set up for like collections where you have multiple meshes for trees and multiple patches of grass and stuff. I forget how to set it up exactly. There's a way to sort of randomize using a collection. I've only done it once in the past. And then it ended up breaking. So I forget which update it was, but it ended up something changed in the nodes and it broke. And I was like, God damn it, now I can't use this as an example. That's sort of the bad thing with it always being updated. You end up getting boo-boos like that.
Yeah.
But with weight painting, you can also, it's just like with sculpting where you can hold down control and then left mouse button to get rid of what you painted on. And then it's like, oh, what to do?
Tell me to do. This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, so this different way of doing the weight painting. Another alternative is you set up a. You'll still use weight painting as well, but you set up in the shading tabs where you'll have an overlay and sort of use an alpha between two textures, and wherever you paint over an area, it'll blend from like dirt to rock or something like that.
Oh.
Or also like you try and do cities, like a cityscape, but it's getting overtaken by vegetation, so you slowly sort of like paint those details in.
Right. Okay.
Crash. Sit for a bit. But yeah, so we have that there. Like I said, you always make like a tree or set of trees or flowers or whatever you want, and you add it to your particle system as
Would
the
you be able to
instanced
check?
object.
Wait. Would you be able to, like, depending on the weight group that you place down, would that like change what you have down? So, like, if you have multiple different types of trees and you were to paint them over an area, would you be able to make it so that depending on where you paint, it affects like what gets placed?
That I'm not 100% sure on. That had to go. That got to go into. I'm pretty sure there probably is a way to do it.
There.
But I'm not sure what we'd have to put in there to make it read that, because it's got to read the data from the mesh essentially.
Yeah.
Like I get the idea. It's sort of like if you were weight painting, say like a map. Of course, you know. I only want maple trees whenever I paint up in Canada, and I only want like bald eagles and beer and guns whenever I paint down in America. Is like, yeah. Is I understand what you're getting at. It's just I'm not 100% sure if it's possible in this.
Yeah.
I could think it's sort of how it's done in Unreal Engine, but we're not doing Unreal Engine. That stuff I'm still following just tutorials for.
That's fair.
Drop them off very eat. Yeah, alright, sleep well. Aku, thank you for stopping by.
Good night.
But so you got some of your stuff sculpted in there. So one thing you always do for your rivers and stuff, like mine's sort of half-assed, but it still works, is you can bring in a second plane. Just scale it on up.
Hello.
And
Water.
bring it down ever so slightly, just so it's underneath the rest of the flat mesh parts, so it's not like clipping through as much. And usually with how you take the shots anyway, for still images, this stuff sticking out in the edge wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
You would
So
literally,
if you're taking a shot and you're just going boop.
yeah, you'd literally be able to just put a water type texture for that, and that would give you your stream right there. Another option is you can boolean it.
Right.
There is the water physics. Well, there is a way to make water with the physics as well. Where is
But
it?
rendering that wouldn't feel very nice. Not really
Eh,
what I'm going for.
moving water, I'm not sure, but still water might be okay.
Yeah.
See here. Quick effects for explosion. That might work. just testing on my side, but make sure the things aren't exploding on your side. Don't end up exploding on your side.
I don't know why I'm watching you.
Like the quick effect things are okay-ish, but I'd probably put a light source in here since. Not much.
Weird. Maybe the sun just isn't up high enough. Either it's on
Possibly.
It's not actually just rendering at all, really.
Might not be on that I want to put it. Yeah, the sun's doing okay for there. Right, just on this plane. I haven't made too much water in the past. But whenever you're doing stuff with fire, smoke, liquids, you'll have your domain, and then your mesh becomes the emitter for that stuff.
Yeah.
So this domain shouldn't render. Like you won't see a cube whenever you render it. It'll just be the area that the effect is contained. So if you make a like a fire and you want smoke and stuff, or else it's a big fire, you want to make sure the domain's large enough, because once that stuff hits the edges of the domain, it kills it. So it won't. The fire won't go any bigger. So you'll have this big square box of fire. Then it'll just obviously look weird. So you want to make sure your domain's big enough. There is an auto sizing for the domain options, but sometimes that just doesn't work. So you just try to work with that.
Yeah.
I haven't tinkered too much with water in the past, but this is roughly what you get with water here.
It is this is interesting looking, but it might be a bit too much. I'll probably have to look up some ways of doing it. Wouldn't be too hard, I don't think.
Probably not.
Yeah. Geometry to geometry node.
That's one of the geometry nodes over there.
I'm just messing. I don't really have anything in mind for how I want to do it.
Here's how it's gonna render. Let's see if it works with rendering. Dark. Don't. I have to look at how this is done. Like I said, I've never made anything with water stuffs before.
I gotcha.
The one thing that I made long ago with the shack and everything, I actually used the shack still for my starting soon stream.
Yeah.
That was literally just a cube with distortion added to it, for making it look like water and moving around and stuff. And the distortion ran off what frames it was on. So as the animation played, it would slowly move one of the coordinates in the distortion stuff to make it look like water just moving along, like sort of in a placid ocean sort of thing.
Right.
I have not used the actual particle system to make fire. Not fire, but make a water before fire. It's fairly simple. There actually is a quick effect thing for doing that, though I do like the actual whole thing of setting up a domain and everything that way.
Domain?
Also teaches you, like, oh, if this isn't working, then at least I know the tried and true method before they put particles in.
Makes sense to me.
But it might be something with just having to add in materials. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look up a tutorial on about it myself.
Right. Okay. Maybe I should do it better in rendering. Maybe no, not rendering. Not animation. Shading. I'm going to create new material. I'm a material girl.
Yay, materials.
And there's like, there we go. Yep, waves. And
Yeah.
they're waves. With 300 degrees. Just mess with things until something works.
Yeah.
Here's distortion.
The wave texture is helpful.
Oh yeah.
Usually, color ramp would go after.
Oh. I'm learning.
Yeah. There we go. That can sharpen up or smooth out the edges.
Yeah.
It's set to by default. You always change the on the color ramp itself. Go from linear next to RGB to ease. That might give you an effect that you like a bit more. A lot of stuff you can do with the options that are there.
This one nicer looking water. How do I get a texture to move?
What?
How do I get to move?
Oh, oh yeah. You trying to get it to like move as it's animated?
Yeah, like animated.
Alright, so you get a Shift A, then input,
Okay.
and use value.
Alright. Where do I put that at?
So you put that up to the left of everything.
Oh. Okay.
And what you'd put in here in the value thing, you'd have to go back to your layout.
Oh.
Then right click in your timeline, I think it is.
Oh my goodness! I'm getting rated constantly today. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Lamb.
Welcome,
in,
Raiders.
friends. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing the things that you've got to do. Welcome in, Raiders. What'd you guys do?
Hey,
What'd you
New.
get up to? Welcome in. We are learning landscaping with Mag today. If you are just coming in now and you'd like to watch the rest of them, we have been doing this for a little bit now, where we are learning with some Blender with Mag. We do them every Monday. We have a few VODs over on my YouTube channel. If you'd care to check those out, feel free to go leave it a follow. Check it out. We don't only just do Blender, we do other things as well here on the channel.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool. Thank you so much. This was a lot easier to do this part than I thought.
But alright, so
Like, what are we doing?
where the frame number is under all the way to, 2 more to the left. That one. Right click on that one.
Okay.
Copy as new driver.
Okay.
Then you'll go back to the shading tab.
Yes.
And you right click on the values number and paste driver. It should turn it purple.
Okay.
So if you hit space, it will start moving. It will change the number.
Oh.
So that's going by frame.
Okay.
Blender will do the math for you as well. So if this ends up being too fast, you can just go in and divide by 2. Make it slower or faster. You just put in the math and it'll work.
This is just way faster.
Yeah. So that I'm trying to see what
I'm not really sure it's not doing it. I'm doing the divide by 2 thing, but am I not doing it right?
Let me see here.
It's going so fast. Just glitching out.
Hmm. I'll be on that quick.
Maybe it doesn't do the math anymore.
Maybe. Oh, you simply leave the math node here. I don't remember which one you'd put into. There's a way to slow it down. I remember that. I just can't remember what node can be used other than just the dividing thing. Because yeah, that is going way too fast.
Okay. It is a little bit slower with this, but I don't think it's slow enough. That just makes it go faster.
Oh, hold up. Stop with that. Go ahead and cut the line.
Cut the line.
Control and hold down Control, right mouse button.
Got it.
All right, so click left mouse button on your wave texture there. Pretty sure it's Control T to add in. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah. Okay. Control T should add in your mapping. Like Tango?
Nothing happens.
I thought you had Node Wrangler on.
Do I have Node Wrangler?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we whenever it'd be in edit preferences where we did materials in the past.
That's not on for some reason. Yeah.
Alright, now it should work with Control T.
Yeah.
Alright. Now see which one moves it the way that you, which one of the location ones moves it the way that you want it. On the mapping itself. So down underneath where it says location, try dragging some of those values left and right, see which way it moves that.
Now you just shimmies it. Oh, that's not.
Not the way you want it. Yeah.
There we go.
The Y is the way that you want it to move then.
Yeah. Down river.
Thanks for the nickel. There we go. Yeah, it worked.
Alright. Now
So you
what?
try plugging that into the Y axis there.
Y-axis?
Location. Oh, it's not letting you break it up to specifics. That's right.
Hmm.
Crap. I was thinking something with what was it? Unreal Engine. You could break up X, Y, and Z just by right clicking on it. Now I need to think of what it is in Blender. Da, 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 da. Separate X, Y, Z. Set to something that can actually work with. Alright, try pulling up a separate XYZ node since you use the search function. I think this is how it would work. And just plug in the Y and then plug in your, well, see if moving the Y is still the way that you want it, so it'd be the middle one. Alright, so that could be good. Okay, so that is how you separate the different values then. The same could also be done with rotation and all other stuff too. It's like whenever you start getting into these nodes and stuff, it gets a little bit more technical until you get used to it. The mapping would be good. Oh, yeah. No. That's probably pretty. I get to like take it really high to get it to slow down. The second value, putting it at 200 slows it down pretty decent for me. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie. Taco Bell. Doing the hard think over there. I think you might have muted yourself.
Oh my god! I can't fucking believe it! I did! I'm saying it. Yes, I am doing the hard think. I am doing the extra big thinking thonking. Dead silence. Focus. I'm just clicking things. I'm just hoping I'm going in the right direction.
Making all the things.
Oh man. Holy crap. This is okay, I guess. It's not great, but you know.
Yeah, it's all about tinkering around with stuff until you get a look that you like, at least. You always take up and down things like the detail or also distortion. There's roughness, phase, it's changed things like from bands to rings.
Yeah, I was checking that out.
Of course, like most realistic effects come from using the physics engines and the geometry nodes stuffs. But I haven't tampered with that stuff too much. I haven't had any need to learn it until now.
Fair. Now that you're teaching me, you have a reason.
Forcing me to learn stuff.
Yeah. Someone's gonna teach you. Well, also we get famous Mag.
Oh.
Mag, famous.
Oh. That's too much.
Costs too much. That's fair.
Generally, whenever you put in color ramps and stuff, the closer you pull the arrows together, the tighter the colors will be.
Yeah.
So if you wanted the lines to be a bit more smeared looking, I guess you could say. You'd have to like add in
Yeah.
more arrows and stuff to sort of get that drop off in color as it fades.
Yeah.
Um, of course, you can also get that same effect from just
Hmm.
putting in a plane and UV unwrapping it and painting it.
Right.
There's several different ways to go about doing this stuff, but also learning like how to use the frame as a driver for your stuff
Yeah.
is another good way to go about it.
Got it. I can't tell if this did anything.
Hey, Creole.
Hey, Grill! Welcome in! It's so nice to see you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thanks for the hydrate, Creole.
Drinking water. Thank you so much. Shut up, lady!
Keep telling Creole she's still the name on Twitch of the better lady, since that lady person, the streamer named it Lady, hasn't streamed like for like 4 years, but they still haven't gotten rid of their account. So it's like, make
Oh,
one just be
do other
spiteful.
stuff.
Hey, yeah, that's your water. You got your grass in there. Usually things going from the BSDF to the could just go to the viewer node.
Right.
Not a whole lot of things that will go away from the BSDF to the viewer node sort of tree.
Right.
Displacement, the one purple one that is on the material output, that is how you'd essentially use like almost like a roughness map, not roughness, but a normal map or the bump
Yeah.
map to
Okay.
make displacement.
Oh.
But like I said, you have to go into the settings on your material and set it from the displacement from bump only to displacement and bump for it to
Right.
actually work.
Hmm.
But give you an idea of sort of how to animate
Yeah.
your grass a little bit.
Oh, there was a way of doing that. I remember it was some kind of like it was a mix of math and
Lots of
geometry
math.
notes.
Way too much math for 9 o'clock at night.
Reduce end stream cost for sure. Yeah, on it. I'll do that right now.
Anyway,
No,
soon.
we're just Griel, I think you should look at just how much this thing actually costs.
She saved 10 points.
I don't know if I can I don't know if I can lower that anymore.
Down to
Here you go, chat.
180,000 right now.
Oh no, wait, wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the reduce endpoint stream. My bad. No, you're right, right. We got points. I was like, wait a minute, there's no fucking way it's that low. This was say, yeah, thank you. Listen, I'm not using my brain cells today.
Mondays.
Yeah.
Once you're all done with that, I'll show you another way that you can animate things. Like grass.
Factor in the noise textures.
Mhm.
It's not perfect, but it'll do.
It's something. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Alright. Ready for the learn. What are you putting in there?
There it is.
Normal man. Oh, jeez. So.
There we go. It's in there. It's working, kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of in there. Don't look at it too close. Hmm. Hang on.
Target space definitely has a nice look
It
to it.
actually is dark down here.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Okay.
You'd have to go back to the layout.
Yep.
You pick your blade of grass. And we'll go to the modifiers.
Modifiers.
We'll put lattice on it.
Lattice?
We're gonna generate it. Might be a deform. Yeah.
Okay.
So deform lattice. And we'll do shit to start off with. I'll tell you that much. Alright,
Okay.
so the next thing you want to do. Shift A, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Shift A and then just type in lattice. And bring that up.
Lattice.
Move that over to our blade of grass.
Oh, it has to be touching it.
Yeah. Actually got to be along with the grass. And we'll scale it up to match our grass the best that we can do. Doesn't need to be 100%, but it should still do the job.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got that. Alright. So for this, you have a new data set to it. The normal. So off to the right, it looked like a green window frame or whatever.
Oh, yes. I see it now. Okay.
And you would have to use the options in there to actually change how many cuts there are and stuff.
Oh.
So it's on the U, the V, and the W. Why they changed it to that instead of just X, Y, Z, and I don't know.
Okay.
But W is like our Z axis, it seems.
Alright.
V is the Y axis. So if you want more cuts along the Y, put it on the V. And then got our U for X. You can alter it however you want. But basically just have that bit of a cage to it now. So what we're going to be doing with this is now that we have a lattice there, we actually can select something for our lattice modifier on the piece of grass. And just use a little dropper from the modifier to there.
Okay.
Now,
Don't mind.
I mind.
I don't know. Thank you so much for being here.
So now, whenever you go to the lattice, you go into edit mode.
Okay.
You can move that around.
Oh.
And it'll deform it. You can do this with like a whole mesh if you wanted to, for like a person or something. But as you deform it, it also changes, as you can see, the grass in the background.
Okay.
So of course you want to figure out which one's your top part, which should be further away from where the base is for your grass.
Yeah.
And then you can use something like proportional editing to Give it something like a little bit of a bend. Go back out edit mode. Once you're all done.
Hey.
So once you're out of edit mode, click back on your grass. And in the modifier tab, you can turn the strength up and down on the modifier there for the lattice. And then as you can see, it's got a little dot next to it for animating it. So you can literally take the go to frame 1 and have it set to put a keyframe there, and then skip like a couple frames and like 40 or something, drop it back down to 0, keyframe that. Actually, drop this down to 80, so we've got a little. So as you changed it, like, it's not going to be super profound unless you put in a lot of detail into animating it and everything.
I think there's an easier way to do this.
Easier way? Yeah, probably. Like using the physics engine and stuff. I'm not delving that deep yet.
No, it's okay. Why does it keep going to 100?
Oh, if you hit the keyframe thing before you move it, it'll go back to what it originally was. So keyframe, move, change the strength, keyframe again.
Wiggly.
Yeah, so you got a little wiggly grass now.
Hello, Wiggly.
So it's a very subtle thing, but it gives some life to the whole scene. Instead of just everything being still.
Yeah, everything's actually working now. I can actually look at it in the shading.
Mentally. And hey, smoking. Nice seeing you. Nice seeing you. Oh, yeah. Been busy with this stuff and parenting and job myself. And Warframe.
He knows what's up. Let's see. And to go get your car fixed? That's cool. Making grass? No longer do we need to go outside and touch grass. Hell yeah, dude.
Going outside, scurry.
Scary. I don't want to go outside. You can't meet me.
Gotta deal with those people that don't know how to
They deal with kids.
Stop at red lights and shit.
But I don't stop at red lights.
Yeah, a lot of people are
I
fucking
intimidate
like that.
red lights. I stand up in front of them and go, "You need to change. Change your ways." And then usually it does. I just need to
Wait
give it
long
like a minute. Yeah, exactly. Everybody else is like, "Just get back in your car, jeez. What the hell are you doing? The light's gonna change anyway." And over here, I know it will. It's because I'm yelling at it. Because it knows. It knows better. Then they go, "Me, you're holding up traffic." There's a 10-car pileup.
Yay. Wait, that's bad. No, yay.
You said yeah, you can take it back. Water.
Water.
Okay,
Boom.
Hey, Ramp. Cause Ramp. You know, it's a little bit dark at the bottom. Hmm. Hey, it's good enough. I think we did a pretty good job for today. I know the light will turn green, but I need to show this old man a lesson. See, this guy gets it. He is a person who also yells at traffic lights, just like me. We really are just one and the same.
I got that. I think about it. I already followed that bush thing. I haven't seen any updates to that tutorial yet, though.
I know. It frustrates me. I just want nice anime textures in my shots. Oh, it's okay. I'll learn it eventually. I mean, it's not gonna be forever. Anyone's last words be like? I see you adding splotches.
Yeah.
Very good splotches.
Go ham with that, but always.
Real?
I don't know why I'm bothering with weight painting. Do this shit plenty enough with other models.
You're just exploring, enjoying yourself.
I guess.
Well, I guess so. Alright, I think I'm good though. I think I got it. Makes sense this time around. This was a lot easier than our other ones.
Oh yeah, figured just very sort of like chill.
Oh yeah, this is super
This is how you
simple.
make stuff sort of thing.
Oh yeah. I think I'm probably gonna cut the stream a little bit short today. I'm super low energy today. I need to put up with some a little medical emergency for one of our pets, and I'm a little shaken up over it still. He's fine. Kitty's fine, but I am out of it, and I'm sure you could tell the day stream really low energy because of it.
Punch everybody.
I want to. It's mostly vet stuff. Just there's no vets anywhere near us that are willing to help us.
Like work with your.
Yeah. No, there are no vets. Literally none. We have called every single vet that is near us, and even hours away from us, and not one of them, not one, is willing to help us. So we're just really frustrated.
Yeah, it can be annoying.
We're handling it. We're handling it as best we can.
Right, yeah. So it's the basic idea of how to make a sort of like quick
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
sort of setup with everything, and then learn how to use the particle system with some weight painting to get just grass in certain areas. you can also use that for things like touching up, like
Mhm.
if you had rocks in the scene,
Yeah.
but you wanted more rocks, like sort of like more grass, sort of just like growing out from
Mhm.
underneath the rocks. You can go in there and weight paint just around
Oh,
it, and then get rid
yeah.
of the grass that's underneath to reduce how much it has to render overall anyway.
Okay. Okay. Mhm.
Because even if you can't see the grass that's like underwater and stuff, it's still gonna render it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Which will
Render,
slow down
render.
the speeds and everything.
Mhm.
Whenever I was doing some of my anime, like my one redeem with the Clee dance and stuff,
Mhm.
that like took forever to render out. I ended up looking up
Right.
like, is there any other ways to make rendering go faster and stuff? And I found out that like there's some companies out there, like
Yeah.
we'll use like Pixar as an example because a lot of people know Pixar for the 3D animated movies.
Yeah.
Um, they will hire like render farms where it's just a company that's set up that they'll send them the files, and then they'll
Mm.
cut it into chunks, and then have like 10 PCs rendering out these different chunks, and then put them all back together and send them to you.
Oh, wow.
That's how long some of this shit can take.
That
Some of my redeems
would
have
take a
taken
while.
like 16 to 48 hours to
Ooh,
render out just
wow.
how much stuff's in them.
Yeah. That's intense. And people make games in these.
Oh, you can make a game
Yeah.
in Blender. It takes a bunch of picky fucking around, but it works.
Yeah.
There's more often than not, you'll use actual engine, that either homebrew engine, which
Right.
a lot of times like C++ and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or the most popular and well-known one is Unreal Engine because it's free,
Mhm.
very easy to access, has the blueprint system to it, plus you can use C++
Right.
as well. Unity
Yeah.
and got it. There's
Yeah.
another one that's sort of gaining popularity, but I forget what the hell it's called.
Mm.
But yeah. Then you also learned about the lattice modifier and the fact that it won't work unless you add a lattice.
Right.
That's one thing that I had to look up when I first wanted to try using one, because
Mhm.
I saw that like I said, you could have a model that you already made, like a tree or something,
Yeah.
and then say you want it swaying in the breeze, but it's a static mesh, so you need to do something
Oh.
to be able to move it a little bit without fucking it up.
Right. Yeah, I get
So
what you mean.
you just use a lattice
Mm.
modifier like that, where you put the
Yeah.
cage around it, and then you just animate it that way.
Mhm.
And of course, you
Okay.
use like separate lattices for if you want the tree top, the leaves and stuff to sort of move a certain way. All you do is you put the
Right.
lattice around the treetop, the leaves and stuff, and then have the one modifier go to that lattice, and then the other modifier, or the one for the trunk, would be its own modifier and stuff, and
Right.
you just animate the strength between
Oh.
0 and 1.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
I
Yeah,
forget
it can
how
allow
you
you
change
to.
it to move with the
Mm.
timeline when it comes down to modifiers. There
Yeah.
is a way to do it. I think it might be the same thing with the copy his new driver from the timeline frame number,
Yeah.
but then I can't recall how the hell you'd switch it up so that the lattice modifier is actually the one doing the changes.
Hmm.
There's like lots of different ways to do the things, and just trying to think of
Yeah.
different ways to show you that you could do it. Um,
Mhm.
there is also animating through shape keys, which is another thing that you can do without even adding a rig to your
Yeah.
model.
Okay.
We could do like a shape key. I think I can actually do it. The landscape here is you'd click on your landscape,
Mhm.
then in the data properties, well, data down there, you would go to shape keys, hit plus 2 times. Basis never gets altered. You never mess with basis.
What's basis?
Basis is the T-pose, essentially, of your model.
Oh.
It is what it will default to all the time.
Right, okay.
So you put in the second key, then while you have it highlighted in the shape keys,
Mm-hmm.
I see. Are you trying to follow along?
Sort of.
Alright. You would go into edit mode and say I wanted like this mountain to go down.
You need to go down. You need to go down, motherfucker.
So you'd put it down and then
Yeah.
just tab back out and go back to basis, and then you just animate the value for that, which would be underneath. So turn that up and down, will animating through your shape key right there. So with like a Vtubing model,
Where's that at? Hold on.
it'd be right underneath where you put the shape keys, be the value right underneath relative.
Okay.
So that value you'd turn up and down as you wanted.
Oh. Oh. This.
Rangeman and Max would clamp it so that it wouldn't go any further down than where you set that minimum. It'd go no higher than the maximum.
Oh, okay.
But with like VTuber models, you do A, E, I, O, U for the shape keys for the mouth, as well as blinking. If you want to wink, you have to do one eye, then the other eye. And a lot of different like facial expressions. There's a whole list of ones that VC face will read, and then there's also a list for VNAN and what the hell is that popular one with the tiger fuckboy is the poster child for. I can't remember what the hell it's called right now.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Been a while.
I can't remember. I just know whenever I first saw the model that is like the face of that shit. It's like instantly reminded me of that Taiga person that ended up losing their YouTube channel and stuff. It's like, yeah, this just looks like a knockoff of that character. But yeah, there's different shape keys for the situation. Then you can also do your custom shape keys, like my cat ears for my redeem.
Right, yeah.
And the faces on my visor. Those are shape keys where it's shrunk down to 0.
Yeah.
Quite literally,
No,
I scaled in 0 to make it like disappear. Whenever I was in edit mode, and then whenever it's at 1, it shows in the face, and or else pops up the ears.
Okay.
But the ears also have bones in them too, so that's how I was able to do the animation, and I can get the slight jiggle on the ears whenever I move my head.
Maybe I can see about doing like a little mouth or something and practicing with that for next time.
Yeah, either we could sculpt a mouth or just make a very basic mouth.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We'll just make like a sculpted or basic or whatever.
Make a Pac-Man.
Yeah, we can make a Pac-Man and then just learn shape keys and stuff next week.
Do a sphere. A sphere. Orb.
But I am gonna end up going a little early today. I can feel my energy leaving me by the minute, so...
Stinky.
Just one of those days, unfortunately. I wasn't expecting it, so... I'm gonna go ahead and, deafen here, and then I'll meet you in chat afterwards.
The orb. The fun of animating. Okay, peoples. She's gonna be raiding out. I didn't really have anything else on my plate for what I was gonna do tonight, so I'll probably raid out as well. Let's see. Who is live? Smoke, are you live? Oh, That- Fresh. Doesn't seem right. Yep. I think we'll raid Shrike. How long has Shrike been going? 36 minutes. Shrike's just starting pretty much, so I'm gonna raid her. Follower only or subscriber only. Sorry, no. Point on. Fuck that. Death Store is a fun game. Kazil. Alrighty, peoples. Gonna raid Kazil here. Got a raid message. For those that are subscribed, you can use the first one. For those that aren't subscribed, you can use the second one. Use your own emotes, global emotes, taco emotes, I don't care. Just have some fun with it. Hopefully everybody had a sort of decent Monday at least. And on Wednesday we'll pick back up with some Warframe. Probably end up doing some Aya farming with some relic cracking if I don't have friggin' Limbo Prime by then. Otherwise, might just do some relic cracking just to work on other ones. So I'm gonna go raid Kexel. Currently playing some Death Stores, you can see in the lower left corner. Thank you guys all very much for coming along, joining, relaxing, chilling. Till next time. Bye.